Listen, right now, in this very moment, you're robbing yourself of the one thing that could actually change your life, and you don't even know you're doing it. You're looking around at what everybody else has, what everybody else is doing, where everybody else is going. And while you're busy watching their highlight reel, your own life is passing you by. You're trading your power for their perception, and that's a losing game you'll never win. Here's what most people don't understand. The moment you start comparing yourself to others, you've already lost. Because you're playing a game where the rules keep changing, where the finish line keeps moving, where you'll never be enough. Someone will always have more money. Someone will always be in better shape. Someone will always seem happier, more successful, more put together. But here's the truth that'll set you free. Their success has absolutely nothing to do with your failure. And their achievements don't diminish your potential. When you compare yourself to others, you're making a fundamental error in judgment. You're comparing your behind the scenes with their highlight reel. You're comparing your chapter 1 to their chapter 20. You're seeing their result without understanding their process, their pain, their price they paid to get there. Social media has made this worse than ever before. People are showing you the vacation, not the overtime they worked to pay for it. They're showing you the body, not the discipline it took to build it. They're showing you the relationship, not the work it took to maintain it. But here's what really happens when you fall into the comparison trap. You stop taking action. Because if you're focused on how far behind you are, if you're focused on how much further they've gotten, you become paralyzed. You stop moving forward because you convince yourself it's too late. You're too far behind. You'll never catch up. And while you're sitting there, feeling sorry for yourself, feeling inadequate, feeling like you don't measure up, time is still moving. Life is still happening. Opportunities are still passing you by. The real tragedy isn't that you're not where they are. The real tragedy is that you're not where you could be because you're too busy worrying about where they are. Your energy, your focus, your mental and emotional resources are finite. Every moment you spend thinking about what someone else has is a moment you're not spending building what you want. Every ounce of energy you put into wishing you have their life is energy you're not putting into creating your own. And here's something else. When you compare yourself to others, you're assuming you want what they have. But do you really? Or do you just want what it looks like from the outside? Because I promise you, everybody's got their stuff. Everybody's fighting battles you know nothing about. That person you're envious of, they've got problems you wouldn't want. They've got pressures you couldn't handle. They've made sacrifices you're not willing to make. So stop romanticizing their life and start romanticizing your own potential. The most successful people in the world aren't looking around to see what everyone else is doing. They're looking inward to see what they're capable of. They're competing with who they were yesterday, not with who someone else is today. They understand that the only comparison that matters is the one between who you are and who you're capable of becoming. That's where your power lives. That's where transformation happens. You want to know what changes everything? Shifting your focus from external comparison to internal growth. Instead of asking why they have it and you don't, start asking what you need to do to get where you want to go. Instead of measuring yourself against their standards, create your own standards. Instead of letting their success make you feel small, let it show you what's possible. Use it as inspiration, not intimidation. Whatever you focus on, you're going to feel. Whatever you focus on becomes your experience of life. This isn't philosophy, this is neuroscience. Your brain has a particular activating system that filters reality based on what you've told it is important. If you wake up in the morning and you focus on everything that's wrong, your brain will find evidence to support that. If you focus on what you're grateful for, your brain will find evidence to support that too. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions you ask and where you direct your focus. Most people are walking around completely unconscious of what they're focusing on. They're letting their focus be hijacked by the news, by social media, by other people's opinions, by their own negative thought patterns that have been running on autopilot for years. And then they wonder why they feel stuck, why they feel anxious, why they feel like life is happening to them instead of for them. It's because they've lost control of the most powerful tool they have, their attention. Think about it this way. Right now in this room, there are certain things you could focus on. You could focus on the temperature, whether it's too hot or too cold. You could focus on sounds around you, things that might be irritating or distracting. You could focus on physical discomfort. Maybe your back hurts or you're tired. Or you could focus on possibility, on growth, on what you're about to learn that could change your life. Same room, same moment, completely different experience based solely on where you put your focus. Where focus goes, energy flows. This is one of the fundamental laws of achievement and fulfillment. If you focus on your problems get bigger. Not because the problems themselves are growing, but because they're taking up more space in your consciousness. They're consuming more of your mental and emotional energy. If you focus on solutions, on what you can control, on actions you can take right now, you feel empowered. You feel like you're moving forward. Same situation, different focus, completely different emotional state, and completely different results. The challenge is that your brain is wired for survival, not for success. It's wired to look for what's wrong, what's dangerous, what could hurt you. That served us thousands of years ago when we needed to watch out for predators, but it doesn't serve us now. Now it just makes us focus on worst case scenarios, on everything that could go wrong, on all the reasons why we might fail. And when that's your focus, that becomes your reality. Not because those things are necessarily true, but because you're looking for them, expecting them, preparing for them. Successful people have trained themselves to focus differently. They've trained themselves to focus on what they want, not on what they fear. They focus on opportunities, not obstacles. They focus on how far they've come, not how far they have to go. They focus on what they can give, not what they can get. And because of that focus, their energy goes there, their creativity goes there, their actions align with that focus, and they create the results they're looking for. But here's what's critical to understand. You can't change your life without changing your focus. You can have all the knowledge in the world, you can have all the resources, all the opportunities, but if your focus is in the wrong place, none of it matters. If you're focused on why it won't work instead of how to make it work, you're done before you start. If you're focused on what you lack instead of what you have to work with, you'll stay stuck exactly where you are. Your focus is like a spotlight in a dark room. Whatever you shine that light on becomes clear, becomes real, becomes your experience. Everything else fades into the background. So if you're shining your spotlight on your fears on your limitations, on your past failures, that's what you're going to see. That's what's going to feel real. But if you shine that spotlight on your strengths, on your progress, on the next step you need to take, suddenly you've got clarity, you've got direction, you've got momentum. The question you need to ask yourself constantly is this: what am I focusing on right now, and is it serving me? Is it moving me toward what I want or away from it? Is it making me stronger or weaker? Is it opening possibilities or closing them down? Because every single moment you get to choose. You don't always get to choose what happens to you, but you always get to choose what you focus on, which means you always get to choose what it means and how you respond. You need to understand something that most people never figure out in their entire lives. If you're building your identity on what other people think of you, you're building your house on sand. Every time the wind blows, every time someone has an opinion, every time someone judges you or criticizes you or doesn't give you the approval you're looking for, your whole foundation shakes. And you spend your entire life trying to stabilize something that was never meant to be stable in the first place. External validation is the most dangerous drug on the planet because it feels good in the moment, but it'll destroy you over time. When someone praises you, when someone tells you you're amazing, when someone gives you a like or a comment or a recognition, you get a hit of dopamine. You feel good about yourself. But the problem is you didn't create that feeling. Someone else gave it to you, which means someone else can take it away. And now you're dependent. Now you need their approval to feel okay. Now you need their validation to feel worthy. And that's not freedom, that's prison. Here's what happens when you live for external validation. You stop being yourself. You start performing. You start calculating every move based on how people will react. You start making decisions based on what will make you look good instead of what will make you grow. You start hiding parts of yourself that you think people won't approve of. You start exaggerating parts of yourself that you think will get you praise. And piece by piece, you lose connection with who you actually are because you're too busy being who you think everyone else wants you to be. The most powerful shift you can make in your life is moving from external standards to internal standards. Internal standards mean you decide what success looks like for you. You decide what kind of person you want to be. You decide what values you're going to live by, what code you're going to operate from, what kind of quality you're going to bring to everything you do. And once you set those standards, you measure yourself against them, not against what anyone else thinks. When you have internal standards, criticism doesn't destroy you because you're not looking for their approval in the first place. You're looking at whether you met your own standards. Did you give your best? Did you show up with integrity? Did you do what you said you were going to do? Did you live by your values? Those are the only questions that matter. What someone else thinks about it is none of your business. Their opinion doesn't define your worth. Your standards do. This doesn't mean you ignore feedback. This doesn't mean you become arrogant or closed off to learning. It means you choose who you take feedback from. It means you evaluate whether the criticism is coming from someone who has your best interests at heart, someone who's actually qualified to judge what you're doing, someone who's achieved what you're trying to achieve. Most criticism comes from people who haven't done what you're trying to do. Most judgment comes from people who are too scared to try what you're attempting. Why would you give their opinion power over your life? The people who change the world, the people who create extraordinary lives, they all have one thing in common. They stopped caring what other people thought and started caring about being true to themselves. They stopped performing for approval and started performing for excellence. They stopped trying to be liked and started trying to be authentic. And ironically, when you stop needing everyone to like you, when you stop trying to please everyone, you actually become more attractive, more magnetic, more influential, because people can feel the difference between someone who's performing and someone who's real. Building your identity from the inside out means knowing your values and refusing to compromise them for acceptance. It means knowing your vision and refusing to shrink it because people don't understand it. It means knowing your worth and refusing to let anyone's treatment of you convince you otherwise. When you know who you are, when you're clear in what you stand for, other people's opinions become just noise. They can't shake you because your foundation isn't built on their approval. Here's the truth that'll set you free. You'll never please everyone anyway. No matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, someone will always have a problem with it. Someone will always think you're too much or not enough. Someone will always misunderstand you or judge you or reject you. So if you're going to disappoint people anyway, you might as well disappoint them by being yourself instead of disappointing yourself by being someone you're not.